Welcome back to Bespoke Addict. I'm going to be making a template of the right hand side. Yes, it is the right hand side of the hinge. It's not the right hand that's broken. I'm going to flip the template over to have a mirror reflection for the other side, because to be honest with you, the other side it's completely mangled. And let's just move the camera slightly, turn it up. Can we see from here? Let's just zoom in slightly, move myself out of the way. There we go. It's just such a mess. It's all bent. It's a real mess. So I'm not going to try faffing about trying to take a template from that side. It's just too much of a mess. So what I'm going to do, just make the template of this size. And here we go. It's easy enough. So it's just a cardboard piece of Jaffa Cakes packet, and it's not straight up there. It does kick out very slightly, and that kink is on the opposite side. It's been sort of bent and crushed out of it, and it's got a lip here that flares over as well. It's not completely flat there, you know. So I can get the pattern easy enough from this side. So where's my other glove? Let me just pop my other glove back on. I always try to wear gloves as much as possible. Zoom out again. It protects my skin. Now then, let's see. I just need to see, it's got various holes because there's a plate. There's a plate. Basically, the plate wriggles up and down so that you can adjust the bonnet up and down, and that's, you've got about, I don't know, 7.5, 8 millimeters of adjustment, and you know, about 5 or 6 millimeters the other way. But I need to get these oval holes in place. And it's easy enough. I just do it with make sure there's plenty of dirt on the. I want plenty of dirt on the edge of the screw. You'll see in a second. Let's have a look. Where are they? Just give it a rub, and then one's just popped out. Where's the other one? It's here. There we go. Just plenty of dirt on the edge of the tool helps. There's another one about here. And where's the other one? Right over here. There we go. And I'll be able to easily sort of trim these out. There we go. I'll be able to easily trim those out. I've got a knife and just a piece of wood here. So I'm not going to do it all on camera because it's pretty obvious. But yeah. So once I've got this, actually the blade's broken on that. There we go. Snap another bit off. There we go, that'll do. I'm not going to do it all on camera, but once I've got this template carefully trimmed out, I'll turn it over and trim it onto the steel, and it will take a bit of time. I'll have to cut these holes with a drill and then file them oval and just trim it very carefully. It might probably take me about an hour faffing about trying to transfer from paper to steel, but I'll make sure the pattern's perfect. There we go, it's just one. I'll make sure the pattern's completely perfect before I attempt any cutting of the other side. But there's going to be a fair amount of cutting. It's going to be at least this size. Plus there's another piece that comes. I'm going to do that as a separate repair. There's where this particular weld sits. There's actually, the original panel is spot welded here and here onto a box section underneath. So I'm going to grind it back and leave the box section well alone. Then I'm going to oxyacetylene weld along there. But there is another piece. There's another piece that's damaged around here. So I'll cut that out and do it separately. In fact, let's move the camera. It's easier if I just move the camera, then you can see what I'm talking about. There we go. There we go. Let's just fold this back. There we go. Oh, there we go. And then this, I should be able to flip out the piece of steel inside. Let's have a look. Let's get this out. Here we go. It will come out. There we go. So yeah, that's threaded. That's what the bonnet sits on. But yeah, it's got a box section here on the inside, So, and it's spot welded. There's a spot weld just there, just a single spot weld. So I'll drill that out. In fact, no, I won't. Will I? Won't I? Don't know. I'm not sure. Actually, this is looking a bit feeble. Actually, it's. I will. Yeah, there's a spot weld there. There's a spot weld here, which is broken away. There's a spot weld there. So yeah, I'll. Yeah, that itself is going to start floating free. We don't want that. But what I'll do, I will cut this section here separately, and I'll weld that bit in first, and then I'll. Which way around will it go? I'll weld my new steel in. You see, it's going to be quite a challenge, but we'll get there. And I also think we're going to end up coming down here as well. Yeah, we'll definitely end up coming down there, because that's got surface rust on it, and I don't particularly fancy welding on the edge of semi-rusted material, so I'll almost definitely cut that out. I'm not sure whether I'll put a fold on the end or whether I'll weld it. I'm not entirely sure at this stage, if I'm truthful with you. I need to have a lot of careful looking and make a proper decision. But, you can see it's a bloody mess. But, you know, it's common on old Jaguars. This happens a lot. But it is quite an enormous job trying to fix it. It would be very, very expensive if I was having to pay for this.